What up, everybody? Today we are doing a RB heavy draft. I'm trying to do a lot of different strategies because it's opening my eyes to a lot of things because I'm starting to like the RB heavy strat when I'm really a pass catcher, not a no RB kind of manipulate that, but I don't go no RB per se. Not this year in particular. Usually I do, but not this year. So yeah, we're gonna do a no RB draft and we're gonna discuss every pick I got. All right. The draft room is open. Let us enter. Let's rock.
On this episode of Shooting the Shit with Saints.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I am who I am. My name is. It is my name. And welcome into another video of Shooting the with Sands. Now, I am doing something where I'm going to transfer probably all these over to audio. Just letting y'all know. But yeah, we actually being consistent now. So heavy RB draft. I'm going to go as fast as I can with the explanation why these go fast. And if you've been watching my videos, if you haven't noticed, I'm long-winded as fuck. I'm such a know-it-all, right? I just can't stop. Well, actually, when he came back from that injury, it was like that's me. I'm the well actually guy when it comes to this shit. All right, Jamar Chase going first off the board. Now, I am a pass catcher guy, and I've said that Bijan Robinson is the only guy that'll get me off that strat really in the top five, probably. If I had a top five pick, Bijan's the only one that would make me not go Jamar, Jettas, those type CD, those guys. So we got an auto drafter on the second pick. It's going to be Bijan. Yep. All righty. Here we are. So mine is glitched, by the way. It stays on pick history. Let me get on the board. There's only four. Bijan, Saquon, Jameer are the only tier one guys. Christian McCaffrey, to me, I would take a lot. Guys, I think it's an overwhelming amount of people I would take over him. No bullshit. And the thing is, you're going to be sitting here with a pick, and you may be in my position right now. And I don't want Ashton Genty because I have philosophies. If you like Ashton Genty, go fucking get him. Go get him. I don't want him because of my philosophies. So I am gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs here. I understand, and that's an easy pick. There's no even discussion about that. But people kind of sleeping on him. It's really questioning. It's not sleeping on. It's questioning the O line, questioning Ben Johnson leaving. Is David Montgomery going to get that big of a workload again? You know what I mean? And he's getting older. Is he going to keep taking goal line carries? Is the offense going to be as dynamic? Will he get those big plays? I think he's so talented now. It's just you have to draft him in that first round. I'm still kind of skeptical of him just because where his ADP is. I don't want to take him RB 2-3 and then end up getting RB9, RB10. And you, as long as they're in the top 10, you kind of have to be happy to me. But if I'm getting a top 6 pick and I end up with RB, a position or a player at their position that is outside of that range, I'm going to be kind of pissed off. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. So here I usually get a chance at Devon Achane. Now, if I don't, I'm totally fine with Jonathan Taylor. I'm totally fine with him. But yeah, I do like Gibbs. Once again, I just prioritize other things in my drafts. So they went and got Devon 2 picks ago. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor. I have doubts about that offense. They are, except for him, they are an untouchable offense to me. I get the Tyler Warren hype. I get all that. Those guys are that whole offense is untouchable. I just want to know what your ceiling really is for Tyler Warren. Like when you look at that offense, the only dude to me that is going to produce anything worth mentioning is Jonathan Taylor. You can give me the bullshit spiel about late round Josh Downs every year. You can give me that. It's not going to work on me, but it could work on somebody else. I'm not going for it. That offense is putrid, guys. That Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson are their quarterbacks, and they're in a battle. Like it's even. So whichever one you think is worse, they're even right now. I I want no parts of certain offenses, and that's one. But he's the only part of it that you can take. He is incredible. He finished RB12 last year, missed 3 games. When he plays, he produces. Like point blank, period. If he plays, he is going to give you um, probably a top 5, top 6 RB per week. No lie, just stretched my arm, thought I was having a heart attack. I'm a reasonably healthy guy, but I mean, Jesus. Okay, so in this third round, this is a big thing for me in these drafts alone. What I've seen this year, that third round is a weird round, very weird, right? Because you have a chance where, like in this draft, Brock Bowers is still available. That has happened in a few other mocks. I hate to tell y'all don't know what's going to happen on draft day. How fucked up a friend's gonna get. Some dude's gonna be hammered off his ass, and another dude's gonna be on Molly, right? He may be seeing stars by the time he's in your draft room. You don't know what's gonna happen. I've seen Brock Bowers last that long in multiple drafts, so I'm guessing somebody took Trey over him. Yes, so I don't want George Kittle right there. He plays through a broken rib every other week. So if you like these receivers, go for it. I'm going to see what's available at RB. I'm not a big fan of those wide receivers. Just not, just not. So I'm going to go Chase Brown. I'm a huge Chase Brown guy. I think that is the only dude I'll go off the no RB strat for is Chase Brown in that third round. Hopefully I can get him a little earlier, not in the second, but I mean like an earlier pick so I don't have to stress about it. And yeah, I think we're starting out great. You get Chase Brown, a dude who went off last year, right when he won the job. They invested everything in him. I owned him in both my leagues. This is why I personally do not draft RB early. I had Chase Brown last year. I can go if my pass catchers. Unfortunately, Tyreek Hill shit the bed. Had him in both leagues. I had a keeper league, and then I got the number 2 pick. Yeah, I mean my pass catchers were fantastic. I think I had 3 top 7 or 8 pass catchers, and I had 2 top 20 RBs. And as a no RB guy, that's all you can ask for. Even though I didn't win the chip, so I didn't win nothing. Go over there. I still feel confident in like, okay, so the strategy does work. It does work. You can get high scoring. You can get all that. You just have to get a boomer in those late rounds. And Chase Brown was that for me, honestly. I got him in like the 6th or 7th in all my drafts. I also got Chuba Hubbard in the 11th last year. So that's why I personally don't get RB that early. Just saying. But I know those are long shots. And a lot of y'all, it's why some of my years, man, I have really bad years in fantasy. Well, to me, it's bad. Like I'll finish 4th instead of getting winning some money in the league, and it's because of my strategy. It's because I didn't play it safe. All right, so we are sitting here, 3 RBs, and now we get a guy who I love. I love Garrett Wilson. I've been picking him in every mock. We're gonna stop that. I also love this other guy, Marvin Harrison Jr. All right, spoke about this in my last video. Same rookie year as his dad, guys. And I always say it: wide receiver, quarterback, corner, gonna be really hard to adjust in the league. He's gotten bigger. He's gotten more explosive. I believe in the evaluation and the talent. Now, some of you are going, you have Marvin Harrison Jr. as your wide receiver 1. You could have got Mike Evans because Mike Evans has been the stable guy for you for all these years that he's been in the league. Well, as you can see on my hat, I am a diehard Buccaneers fan. Listen, Mike Evans is an incredible wide receiver, fantasy-wise, real life, underrated, all that shit. We all love Mike Evans, but we never talk about him. Y'all never do. It's always us talking about him. He's so underrated. Let's never mention him again. That's that's Mike Evans for you. I I think a lot of the RB guys that draft like this love Mike Evans because RB guys look for that touchdown column. And yes, that is the point of fantasy. That is. I'm just saying, you look at a week where Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns, or my bad, 5 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. He has 15. You like look at it better than a 5 reception, 100-yard day from another guy, right? You do. And that's totally fine. I just don't look at it that way. So here, this decision has been very hard for me. And I'm going to check quarterback because Jaden might be there. Nope, we're chilling. We're chilling, even though I think they get back to their shit in Kansas City. I'm going to go with DJ Moore here. I am. I'm going to go with DJ Moore. I think he's going to have a lot of target opportunity here. I think he's going to not be so allergic to the end zone in this offense. I think Ben Johnson gets playmakers the ball. He is a yards after catch, run after catch monster, DJ Moore is. That's like his thing. And I think he's going to be working in space, and I think it's going to get scary over there in Chicago. Now, do I think they're going to be some 11-5, 11-6 football team? My bad, 17 games. No, I don't. I don't think they're going to be some great team. They're in one of the hardest divisions in football. I just think that their offense, fantasy wise, is going to be worth drafting. Whether Caleb's an elite quarterback or not, I just think they're going to be worth getting. Okay, back to the draft. So we're going to go look at tight end. If Laporta is there, I'm taking him. He is there. So I like Laporta in this spot. I had a dude comment, Laporta isn't bringing value in the 6th round. Where? In what world? He had a bad year last year. And I understand you're going, okay. Amon, Jameer, Jamo, how is he going to get the ball? All those guys were there the year before, and I know Jamo had his. Why am I calling him Jamo? Jamison Williams. I'm not his homie. He got the suspension, yes, and he wasn't there for those games. But I just don't see that going away. I don't see that connection going away. And here, right? I think a RB guy that there is some good options at wide receiver, and I think we can wait on quarterback. I'll wait. I want to take a chance on Zay Flowers breakout. Now, I was actually about to pick Calvin Ridley, but I like Zay more. A guarantee. And the thing is, I always have to go back to the fundamentals of fantasy, right? When you're drafting. I love Calvin Ridley as a player, and I always have favorited him in fantasy drafts. I hold him near and dear to my heart, right? Because I drafted him my second round pick. Drafted him with the second round pick after I got Christian McCaffrey the year he played 8 games. One of those every other years he decides to get hurt. And he got caught for gambling. And I got third in that league still. My first 2-round picks didn't even play. So here, I think, once again, we're going to go QB. This is why you play the board like that. You know most of the elite QBs are gone when you're down to Bo Nix and Kyler. There shouldn't be people snatching QBs in round 8, and if they are, then fuck them. All right? But yeah, I always have to go back to the fundamentals of fantasy. Okay, I wanted to pick Zay and Calvin. I want Calvin, but guess what? He's got a rookie quarterback. Their offense is going to be decent, but we don't know how good it's going to be. You don't go from the worst team in the league to a good team in a day, in an offseason in the NFL. So I'm going to go with the higher scoring offense, the better quarterback, and that's what I'm rolling with. And that it's simple shit like that. More a guaranteed offense, something you know is going to be scoring a lot. You kind of got to take that. Even if you love a guy more, you just have to. That's why it's hard for me as a Bucks fan drafting, because I try to keep my biases out. But the way that I feel about my favorite team right now is that we're going to slay shit, and our offense is going to be very high powered. And yeah, it's just hard to keep biases out of this shit, man. It's like, damn, why is Baker going so low? He's throwing for 40 touchdowns again. And then I got to, like, whoa. He's not even going low. going above Patty in most drafts. Reel it back in. Okay, so now I'm going to go for some depth, right? I got 4 receivers because I have an extra tight end wide receiver spot once again in my league. So I think the highest powered offense out of all these right here is the Washington. I'm going with the lead back, Brian Thomas Jr., the goal line back. He was my guy last year. I told y'all that was my favorite guy in fantasy, my favorite pick. and you're still watching this video for some reason. I'm not scared to be wrong, man. It's okay. My homework was correct. My homework was correct. Um, the year prior, I believe, any game where he had more than 14 touches, he was getting 80 scrimmage yards. I was like, bro, if he's gonna get the bulk of it, he's gonna average 100 yards a game. And then against the Eagles, I think it was, he just fumbled 7 times. He just wouldn't. He just wouldn't stop fumbling. But that game against that team, whoever it happened to be, was the end of Brian Robinson on my team, man. It was over. I didn't play him again after that, I don't think. Even with the no RB strat, sorry, my shit's swinging. Got a new laptop saying it's swinging. Even with the no RB strat, I was like, nah, he's not playing. I'm starting fucking Tony Pollard and Chuba. All right. So here, there is still good backfields left to me. I think y'all are dead sleep on these fucking Jacksonville Jaguars. And I don't know why. I'm going Tank Bigsby because I think he's going to be the goal line back. The thing is, I think the upside for ETN is better. I really do. I think the upside for him catching the ball, being that guy out of the backfield, I think is going to do wonders for him. But this could be a case where Tank takes over. So I love this team so far, guys. I think we have a great roster. We have Kyler Murray, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor, Marvin Harrison Jr., DJ Moore, Sam Laporta, Chase Brown, Zay Flowers. That's the starters. We don't even get to the Brian Robinson Jr., who could have a 10 touchdown year this year, guys. He had 9 last year on a bad year. He could have, you're looking at 10 tugs in like the 10th round, bro. Shit I'm talking about. Now, I like to go 2 cubes. I do. So I'm going to go Justin Fields at the backup QB. And I know for y'all, it's probably a little too early for that. I like to get that out the way so I don't think about it, right? Because in a lot of y'all, it is ridiculous to get 2 quarterbacks. Listen, man, y'all don't know what I've been through at quarterback or what I've been through in drafts. All right. So I draft 2 quarterbacks now because that's how my leagues draft. But I am going to, for sure, take some handcuffs on these running backs because it's not about handcuffing a guy on my bench, right? Brian Thomas. I would have taken Eckler there anyways because once you get those backups, not shitty backups. Let's go see. Dylan Sampson. He's getting all this camp hype. He is a 3rd string running back behind 2 other guys that they are invested in with draft capital and money. You have a draft capital on Quinshon Junkins. It's not looking good. I'm sorry, I was looking at the board. I stuttered. It's not looking good for him. But if you want like a 2 or 3 week killer, go ahead. But I'm not looking at that. Trey Benson. Why is he to me a premium backup? Because he's behind a 30-year-old quarterback. Anything behind a 30-year-old quarterback or running back, my bad. I'm getting. And I'm not like some major handcuffer. I do in my standard league because it is a 12-man and those opportunities cannot get snapped on quick enough. In a 10-man, I am much more loose in my drafting. I am much more risky. I'm less fundamental in a 10-man because it's so little to me. I was working in a 12 and 14-man leagues before that. So to me, my roster is always loaded in a 10-man. Go do a mock in a 12. And by the time you get to the 5th, if you've been doing 10 mans, you'll be like, yo, what the fuck is this board? I've been trying to tell people that. But all right, so the mock draft is over. I really stopped in like round 12, but here we are. At the end of the day, this is what we're looking at on our mock draft. We have Kyler Murray, Jahmyr Gibbs, Jonathan Taylor. I love this team. Honestly, you get a stack of Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. So if you think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to have a great season, doesn't necessarily mean that Kyler is going to have a great season, but you know you're getting 10 points every touchdown that is scored by Marvin Harrison Jr. That's the great part about a stack, right? And Kyler, a running upside quarterback that you can get super late in the draft with the Bo Nix, with the Justin Fields, those type of guys. So Then we go and we get Jahmyr Gibbs, a dude who finished RB1 last year. It, it's kind of self-explanatory. I understand the hesitation of, hey, yo, the O-line. Hey, yo, Ben Johnson. I understand the hesitation behind that part of it. I'm not denying that. I'm not saying nah, right? I'm not disagreeing. Okay. I just feel like he's too talented to finish outside the top 10. I even understand more of the workload getting on him, resulting in injury, because David Montgomery's getting old and he may not get the workload that he gets or that he's been getting in Detroit. And with his previous injury history before getting to Detroit, that is totally feasible, seeing Jahmyr Gibbs getting a lot more work there. I don't know about a lot more, but just more snap percentage in his favor, right? Then we go to Jonathan Taylor, man. A dude who finished RB12 last year, missed 3 games, has been fantastic anytime he's active. Anytime he's active, you're talking about a dude who is consistently per week a top, 8 running back, bare minimum. He's a top 8 running back and he's had no quarterback play. Dude's a top 8 quarterback or top 8 running back every week in fantasy points per week, or every year in fantasy points per week, and he's going in the late second round. I'm the 7th pick. I got him pretty late. Then we go to Marvin Harrison Jr., a breakout candidate. Guys, I'm addicted to the breakout candidate archetype. All right. Showed some flashes your rookie year, showed the athleticism, showed you can beat people, but the ball wasn't getting there. The chemistry wasn't there. The offense, you weren't adjusting offensively. You went and got more explosive. You got another year in the system. He had the same rookie year as his daddy. Once again, I believe in the evaluation of him out of his high school class, out of his college class, and into his draft class as being a generational talent at wide receiver. I will take it. Thank you. Then we go get DJ Moore. But we really got Chase Brown first. But it's fine. We'll do that. We'll just keep going in order. Fuck it. DJ Moore, wide receiver 2. He has a chance, to me, for the first time. To y'all, he was a top 10 wide receiver forever. I don't know where this love for DJ Moore came from. It was so unexpected when he was in Carolina as a rookie out of Maryland. What the hell? Yeah, I never see it with DJ Moore like y'all do, and then y'all are always disappointed, except that one year where he put up 4 touchdowns on Thursday Night Football that one time. So he ended up being up there. But now he's getting drafted where he should have been getting drafted for years, but now I actually think he's worth that pick. I actually do think he's worth it. Just going off Ben Johnson, Amon-Ra St. Brown role, him, DJ Moore being a great receiver with the rack, with the yak, the yards, and the run after catch. Mix it in with going into space in that offense. Laporta, I think, is going to bring you more value than you think. This Lions offense is not going to drop off a cliff. It may take a decline. They have too many talented players. They have too many to be awful. The O-line is trash. To me, they have too many talented players not to put together a 26 point per game season. All right. And then Chase Brown, a dude who I don't know how he's not getting drafted higher. What are you scared of? Tell me a negative to Chase Brown. Pass attempts, is it what is the negative? Number 1 running back in an offense that we already know, unless this defensive coordinator is the second coming of Bill Belichick, these motherfuckers are going to stink on defense. He is going to be on the field all the time with an elite quarterback, with elite weapons that the defense has to worry about, and they ain't worried as much about him. I told y'all this last year with Chase Brown. They talked about him all the time. They fucking loved him. Take him over Zach Moss. Look what happened, right? Then in my league, a starter would be Zay Flowers because of the extra wide receiver tight end spot and no kicker. So that's the final lineup there. And then the depth that we have to back it up we get a Brian Robinson Jr. who's in a great offense with a newly improved O-line. Terry McLaurin's in a contract negotiation. They may be relying on the run a little bit more. I doubt it, considering that may just put more on Jaden's plate and him to run. But I would like to see them run the ball and protect the guy, but it's hard to get the ball out of a guy's hands who just led you to the championship game of the conference. So I totally understand it. Tank Bigsby, another guy. I want a piece of the Jaguars backfield. I'm leaning towards Tank. Seems like the healthier back. Seems like the goal line back. I don't know, and I still see upside with Etienne and his catching ability, but we'll see. Then we get on to Justin Fields, another just run upside quarterback, running upside quarterback. Last 3 years, QB 5, 7, and 9 in fantasy points per week as a starter. He's a very good fantasy quarterback. I don't think he can throw the best ball ever either. And then the backup, Zach Charbonnet is always a great backup, great handcuff to have on your team at all times. Trey Benson backing up a 30-year-old quarterback in an offense that I think could, or a 30-year-old running back, Jesus. Trey Benson backing up a 30-year-old running back. Think there could be some opportunity there. And then Austin Eckler, once again, it's not because I'm handcuffing Brian Robinson. High-level offense, could end up being a starter and getting crazy work. Yeah, so that's the mock. Tell me who you like. Tell me who you hate. Just let me know. I'm out this bitch.